I'm going to start trying now.
Okay.
Okay, and I've got to pick up my iPad and wait for the signal to reach my iPad. And these are always sort of tense moments. And press go live. And have we done it? We've beaten the clock. Just. Right, okay, I'm just going to hide. I know, wait a minute. Slow down. I'm just going to hide this. Okay. Oh, I need to hide this. I've got something stuck out my head. Okay, so well, this is because you've got to have. Can I actually show it? Because you've got to have a tablet. Okay, I've got this 5'6" tablet stand, so I can actually go live. Actually, go live stood up. That's the theory. Okay,
that's the theory. Yes, I need to buy myself a stand-up desk one of these days.
Oh, it's on my wish list too. It's definitely on my wish list.
So damn expensive though.
Oh, true. But Christmas is coming.
Well,
right.
is.
Well, that's it. It's that time of year. I mean, but you're in the southern hemisphere, so your Christmas is going to be in a beautiful, warm, on the beach, and
No, it'd be Barbie in the backyard, I reckon.
All right. Okay. Right. I'm going to take the card off screen and come to the two of us for the main part of the broadcast in a minute. Okay. I just need to slow down a little bit. Okay. And we're set.
Here we are.
Okay. Now, today's broadcast is all about the importance of sound. And Rose has brought her microphone with her, which you can hear. And we're going to talk about it in a moment. But first of all, when I introduced you, I said, well, when we were talking earlier, I said Rose is from Tasmania. Could you explain where Tasmania is and what makes Tasmania the most amazing place to live in the world?
Well, Tasmania is a small island state in the bottom of Australia. And we're not that far from the Antarctic. It's, I think, Macquarie Island, and then it's the Antarctic. So it gets pretty cold here in the wintertime. We get the breeze off the Southern Ocean. And Tasmania is an absolutely beautiful state. It's in, I don't know, there's rainforest, there's, lots of mountains and lakes and beautiful flora and fauna that you won't find anywhere else. So it's absolutely gorgeous. One of the most beautiful states in Australia. It's got the cleanest air in the world, apparently.
Wow. Yeah, I as I say, it's on my list of places to actually visit. I mean, you said I shouldn't be bothered with Melbourne again. I should come straight to Tas and just forget the rest. I can understand that. Now, and we'll go over to the comments. I'd like to say hello to John and to Roland, and thank you for joining us. Roland, like me, is in Wiltshire in England, and John, just so now, is in Solihull, which is near to Birmingham, but is definitely not Birmingham. Yeah, right. So he's in the Midlands.
Yeah, well, Roland said cold is in 20 degrees, but no, we get down to a little bit colder than that. I think some nights we've been down to 0, so it's quite cold.
Yeah, okay. And thank you, Roland and John, for actually joining us. So that was basically a beautiful place, just like Wiltshire, really, but we don't have the wildlife.
Not like New Zealand, I think, as far as like scenery and trees and so forth. But New Zealand's quite a lot colder than we are.
Right. Now, back in the day, did you broadcast on Blab?
On who?
All right. Okay. No, you did. No, you didn't. Okay. How did you
no. It's always been Facebook. I did have a MySpace page once, back in the day.
I think we all have fond memories of MySpace.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was learning how to use the internet back then, but Facebook sort of is. It took me a while to learn how to use Facebook too when it first came out, because I thought, oh my God, it's only just for kids. But It's not now. It was then.
No, it's not
back in
now. It's now.
back in the time.
Yeah, the kids have left now. They've left it to
They
us.
have. They have. It's
That's
too
where
old
they've
fashioned.
gone.
Yeah, TikTok now.
TikTok. Yeah, I basically TikTok is a wonderful, but it's not me. I've got to say. I'm happy on Facebook, and we're joined. Roland's making a comment, and I'm just going to let that comment come in.
He said he's far too young for MySpace.
There you are.
Yeah, MySpace was well before Facebook.
It surely was. When did you first get involved in live video, Rose?
Oh, gee. I don't know, about 3 years ago, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. It wasn't all that long ago that I started broadcasting live. I started using BeLive about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use OBS, but it got tiresome. It can be complicated to use and it just took a lot of time to upload stuff. So yeah, I got the opportunity to use BeLive. So yeah, it was it's not a bad platform. I don't mind it at all, actually. It has its limitations, but it's getting better.
It is. It is. Well, I'm biased, okay, because I actually work with BeLive, but I put the BeLive logo up because you said good things about BeLive, and that's good. Right now,
I don't mind it. Yeah, I just I mean, I would like to be able to use a virtual screen, but you can do if you pay for the, the top notch level of membership. But not everyone can afford that much money every year. So I'm only on the standard package, but I think it should be a bit like Zoom, where you could have a virtual background. It should be included.
Right. I think I'm not sure. I'll check on that for you afterwards. But I know there have been recent changes. Right. Okay. Now, but you've made great use of live video. Can you tell me about? I'm going to put it on screen so everybody knows what we're talking about. Could you tell me about talking with the experts and where the idea came from?
Yeah. Well, the pandemic, as we know, started in March. Well, in Australia, it started in March with earnest in 2020. So in July, I was noticing a lot of small businesses were closing, especially the ones that were bricks and mortar, but they could transition themselves to online if they, had have thought about it. And I thought, well, how can I? Because I'm always into helping people, as you know. I'm got fingers in everybody, just help people. So I thought, why can't I help business people? I think using my voice and trying to engage other business owners to, I guess, share their knowledge, share their tips, share their hints and whatever to, get people to understand that just because you have a bricks and mortar business doesn't mean that you can't be successful, because as we know, a lot of businesses were closed for a long time, and a lot of them went out of business because they didn't think that they could do anything else but their bricks and mortar business, and didn't think that they could provide their services or their products online. So I just got to think, well, let's just talk to other business owners from around the world, find out how they're doing with the pandemic, what they could offer business owners. And it's getting quite well known. I'm actually getting asked to appear on other podcasts now, so it's quite good.
And basically, you said you get people on the show from around the world. How do you find these people? How do you find them?
Well, that's interesting. I have I use matchmaker.fm to get most of my guests. However, other people other people have been contacting me from outside of Matchmaker. So people from Audrey. There's Listenable. Listenable have actually asked me to do some training audio for them. I haven't got round to doing it, but they've actually reached out to me and asked me to do some training for them on their platform. But and there are people who actually manage podcast guests, and so they've been reaching out to me, and also through Google. You can do it through Google as well. I've got a sheet there that I look at occasionally, but at the moment I'm booked out till March next year. So
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and I do about 6 interviews a week. So
brilliant.
I
Okay.
was doing four interviews a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, and I just got burnt out. It was just because I produce everything. I do all the editing and whatever.
Mhm.
So it takes me about 2 hours an episode to put it all together by the time I do all the graphics and everything. So
Oh yeah.
it was quite a long week, and I didn't have time for my real business. So yeah, podcasting took up everything. So yeah, so I cut it back down to I'm just do interviews 2 days a week now.
Okay. Which editing software do you use for the broadcasting?
I use Wondershare Filmora for the video, and I use a VLC media player for the audio. So I strip the audio out of the video using that, and then I upload to SoundCloud.
Yes. Okay.
And to Podbean, and to what's the other one? I don't know, one other one, Anchor, and then that gets distributed to iHeartRadio and Deezer and Stitcher and all those others. So I'm absolutely everywhere. iTunes, I'm on there as well. I was asked to go on another one recently. They sent me an invitation to be on their platform, on their channel. So yeah, I take that opportunity. It's quite a well-known one, so that was really good. And and on YouTube as well. I'm trying to get people to go and subscribe to the channel, but it's really hard to get people to go there.
People love being on Facebook, and they love being on Facebook. And you've got to do a campaign, and just do it gradually. Okay, now, as well as having your own podcast, you're actually a podcast trainer.
Yes, I'm a producer trainer, and I'm getting a program together where I know there are a lot of people who want to start a podcast, but they have no idea where to start or how to start or what they need to do. So I'm getting a program together to teach others how to be successful like I am.
Right.
I'm ranking about 13,000th in the world, but bearing that in mind, there are over 2 million podcasts. So that's just over 18 months of work, and I'm ranking that high because I'm in a niche where information is wanted. So yeah, I've picked the right niche. I've picked the right title for my podcast because I do talk to other experts. So yeah, it's all coming together quite well.
Right. Not to put you on the spot, you say putting the course together. When do you plan to launch?
Next year, after Christmas, because people are, Christmas is coming up. People are busy. They haven't got time to, sit with me for 4 weeks and learn how to podcast. So, because there's a lot to learn. I mean, people just think, it's not hard to start. I started with just my normal computer camera and the microphone, the inbuilt microphone.
Yeah.
And then I bought a Logitech 920.
Okay.
And that had a built-in microphone, but I didn't like the sound. So then I went and bought the Rode Mini. That's what I use now, and I absolutely love it.
Which, that segues nicely into down in the carousel, you'll actually see the Rode Mini as the featured item. It's priced today at $99. Now, there is you actually have to, how did you actually discover and decide to use the Rode Mini?
Well, I'd heard about the Yeti Blue, and so I just compared Yeti Blue with the Rode, and other people had been using a Rode. So I just compared prices and compared features, and they're pretty much the same, except price. And so I just went with the least expensive option, which was the Rode, because at the time the Yeti was about, I mean, it was only $20, but $20 for someone's on a pension, you know, that's a lot of money.
Right.
So, yeah.
Brilliant. So the Rode Mini is down the carousel, and the beautiful thing about this is you can actually compare the Audio Technica with the Rode Mini. Okay,
Yeah.
and both good. I mean, I've listened to Rose's podcasts, and the quality is very, very good. And as Rose intimated there, in 18 months she's gone. Well, you've gone from not podcasting to high ranking in the podcasting world. Okay, what advice would you give people who are thinking about podcasting?
Okay, if you want a podcast, I would encourage them to do both video and audio. Because out of the video you can slice that up into segments, and you can promote your podcast using those segments with your guests. Even if you're not having guests, you could, and you're just doing it by yourself, you can still slice it up into segments and use it as you know, little teasers for people to listen to the episodes. I would say get good. People will forgive bad video, but they will never forgive bad sound. It's something I learned.
Yeah, totally agree with that, because we know that even men, when they're on the internet, multitask. And whilst they're listening to you, they may also be surfing other pages as well. And if they don't need to watch you, they just need to listen to you. And if your audio is bad, then they'll even stop listening. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
good audio can actually help people to listen for longer. And basically that's what we're looking for, isn't it?
Yes. And as I said, you can start podcasting using, you know, what you have. You can even podcast from your phone, but when you can afford it, I would suggest that you get a good microphone, because sound is the utmost importance. You know, even when I do audio and video checks with my guests, I have to make sure that their sound is good, because I've had some that have been a little bit echoey or a bit tinny. And so when I'm doing the editing, because to me it sounds okay at the time when we're just talking, but when I've gone back to do the editing, it sounds horrible, and I don't have the skills or the patience to edit the sound. So yeah.
Well, I mean that's it. If you've got a recording which has got bad sound on it, you can take a certain amount out using something like the software you talked about a moment ago, or Audacity. But
yeah, I use Audacity. I've used that, but I find it confusing. So
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But you can't. It's difficult to repair bad sound, isn't it?
It is. Absolutely. Yeah. I've tried. People have sent me things to fix, and I thought, yeah, I could fix that, but no, I can't. It's bad sound. And if you need like really expensive equipment, I think, to be able to fix bad sound. But so it's better to have good sound in the beginning, and then you don't need to worry about it.
So to have good sound in the beginning, the Rode Mini is down the carousel at the moment, and you've been listening to it for the last 20 minutes or so. I'm just going to go to the comments and over to Roland. And Roland said it's good to be here. And he said far too young. So there you are.
Yeah, he agrees with me that Audacity is good, and I agree that it's good. I have used it, but it is hard to master, and I don't understand it. It's one of those things that, that you either have the talent for it or you don't, and I don't have the talent for it.
No.
I just don't think I have the patience.
As you say, get the sound right in the first place, and that's the easiest thing to do. And
absolutely.
Can't make a meal out of rotten food. Good
sound. That's hilarious. I like that.
I think Rosie's going to borrow that one.
I think I am too. I'm going to write it on my computer screen. I'm going to say that. Thanks, Roland.
Right. Roland's a great friend and a great supporter, and he supports his local football team. And if you want to mention the
Oh, that's
football
not a
team,
football
Roland, you can.
game. That's not a game. You've got to play Aussie rules. That's football.
Okay. I support St Kilda. Okay.
Oh, well, you'll be forgiven then.
Right. Okay. And over to Roland again. Just a minute. I need to remove that. And Roland's saying you're very welcome. All right. Rose, I want to thank you so much for your joining me today.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. We've known each other for a very long time, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you.
Wonderful. And I just want to say thank you for everybody, because they may not be aware of where Tasmania is, and it is currently
1:20 in the morning.
1 in the morning. So, Rose, thank you very much. Take care.
Thanks, David.
We'll get together for another show. We'll have longer and we'll get a better time. Okay, I promise you.
All right.
We'll get a better time for the next broadcast. So
Lovely.
thank you
so much for the opportunity.
Okay.
I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was wonderful of Rose to actually join me live on air. It was a spur of the moment thing last Friday, and I did not genuinely realize the time difference. Okay, because I work on Eastern time. Yeah, I work. This is 9:22 Eastern, and I didn't realize that Rose was actually 11 hours ahead of me in England. So thank you for being up at that hour and for giving us the inside story on podcasting and on the Rode microphone, which is down in the carousel. Okay, now I want to say thank you for watching an Amazon Live. As you probably gathered by now, if you're listening to me, I'm actually based in England. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click a card, and I'm going to bring something else up into the broadcast with me, and I'm just going to show it on screen if I can find it. You may find that during this broadcast everything does not run totally smoothly, but I am trying. It has been said, and basically, if you are watching me live, I'd like to say thank you. Wonderfully, thank you. But please, if you can, unmute to hear my stories. I've got a different story about every product in the carousel. So if you unmute, then you actually hear what I'm saying. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we've got lots of things lined up for today. I'm going to go through them individually, and thank you for watching. First of all, Guy, thank you for commenting. Oh, he's gone. Guy's got to go. Guy, you contacted me earlier, but I was actually preparing for this broadcast, so my apologies for not actually joining you in your quest. We'll catch up after Black Friday. Now, of course, the thing about Black Friday is that a lot of items are actually on special offer. Now, my job today is to act as your guide, okay? And I'm going to talk about the things that are down in my carousel. Now, in my carousel, you'll find 40 different items, all of which I own. Okay, well, so 75% of which I own. So when I talk about something and highlight something in the carousel, it is simply because I love it. I bought it from Amazon, even better. And if I go over here, and I'm going to go there, and we're going to put this image on screen. Okay, this takes a moment or two, but it is worth it. If you wait for a second, okay, I'm in no rush, but if you wait for a second, you will see, hopefully, wait for it. It's worth waiting for. Trust me on this. Okay, right, we got there in the end. It was worth waiting for. This is the most beautiful photograph ever taken of an Audio Technica microphone, okay, which is down the carousel at the moment, and it's $169.99 today. This is the microphone that you're actually listening to, and I basically, there's a story behind everything. Over to Roland, and Roland's saying yes, and Roland is saying thanks, I think. Waiting. Okay, he's waiting patiently. Okay, so I'm going to go picture in picture. Hopefully I'll put the microphone full picture. That is the microphone. Okay, and you can see all of it. Basically, it's a USB microphone that plugs straight into your PC or your Mac. Okay, you can see the blue light on the front, and that shows that it's actually powered up. You've then got underneath two dials which you can adjust to get the sound that you want. So the sound is adjustable. Now, the microphone at the moment is about 3 feet away from me. It's positioned on the desk, and I'm not going to move it because you'll get all sorts of things happening. I never show my microphone live on camera whilst I'm live, because basically something could well go wrong. So you're actually an excellent microphone by all accounts. Thank you very much. I mean, there are makes you can actually say, right, okay, if I get myself a Rode microphone, or I get myself the microphone that I'm showing at the moment, the Audio Technica, or if I get a Shure, then okay, and yellow, my friend, says Marco. Yellow. Can you explain a little bit more, Marco? Hopefully I'm not yellow on Amazon Live. You should be able to hear me. If there is a problem, Marco, could you let me know? Or was that, I'm going to take it that right. Marco actually wrote on Amazon Live just then, yellow, my friend. What I actually think he meant to say was hello, my friend. Don't you just love autocorrect? Yeah. And okay, let's get back on to what we're talking about today. And he means hello. And I think now that Roland's confirmed that, I best explain. In my studio, top left-hand corner, I've got a gauge, and it's showing green at the moment, green for go, and it looks like my broadcast is fine. So I'm glad you had me going for a minute. Okay, so this microphone you've actually been listening to, so you know the quality. When I started off with a microphone that was in my PC, okay, and that was okay-ish. I mean, this is the start of broadcasting 6 years ago, and it was all new. And we're on a system called Blab, which Roland will remember, and we just enjoyed it so much. Sound, video, didn't really matter. The fact that we could go live to the world did. But then you realize, you listen back to the videos and you think sound could be better. So that's when you go and you get a Logitech C920. Now, Logitech C920, which is down the carousel, has an inbuilt microphone. I know that first is beautiful, but don't come to me. Logitech C920, which is down the carousel, 920X, has an inbuilt microphone. That is a step up from the microphone that's actually on your computer, be it PC or Mac. It's an improvement. My Logitech camera is in front of me. It does have a microphone, but I'm using an external microphone because, as Rose said earlier, the external microphone is the most important piece of kit that you can get, because you want people to actually listen to you whilst they're doing other things. So you could well be on Amazon Live now, or on Facebook, or on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, or my website, which is where we're broadcasting to, and you could be doing something else. And I'm the same. We don't, even men multitask, is what I'm saying. So the acid test of any microphone is how it sounds to you. Okay, so if you're impressed by the quality of the sound you're hearing on Amazon and on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, then this is a microphone to consider. Okay. And you could go for the one that Ray showed us earlier, which is the Rode. You could go for, because that was, I think, $99. You could go for this one, or in terms of microphones, Marco is clarifying. Yellow, hello. Your TrebLab equipment active. No, arrived. No, my equipment hasn't arrived yet, unfortunately. Mark and I do a lot of broadcasting together, and we help each other. And Marco's helped me get some TrebLab equipment, which I can talk about, but I can't show it you because I haven't got it yet. But I'm going to stick with the microphone. This microphone, I love it. I love it. I mean, I've been through internal microphone, C920 microphone. One time I had a lapel microphone, which is down the carousel. I've got courses on Udemy with 15,000 students on. And Udemy recommended that if you wanted to record for a course, and Udemy are hot on quality, they want good video, and more than anything, they want good sound. And they said if you get this Sony lapel microphone, you'll get the best sound you can without investing in a sort of dedicated sound room with egg boxes all over the place. Because if you've got a lapel microphone, it goes up against your body, that absorbs the sound, and it just simply works. And so I went from the lapel microphone. The reason I changed from the lapel microphone was that the wires just frayed. Okay, I used it so much over the course of 3 years, the wires just frayed, and that's when I discovered the Audio-Technica AT2020. I have a friend. I have many friends, and I have a friend called Mike Phillips. Mike Phillips is a podcaster, and just like Rose was earlier, and he is well known in the podcasting arena. And I was listening to him on Facebook. I thought, I love the sound. I love the sound. That is so. The tone is so rich. The bass is it's a brilliant sound. I want that. So I said to Mike, which microphone are you using? And I said, well, I'm using the Audio-Technica AT2020. And he gave me a link to it on Amazon.com. And the following day, I bought the microphone, and it's been with me ever since. Yeah. And it's my go-to microphone. Well, I've got several, like most people. Right. Okay. And a bit of humor from Roland, and Roland saying, sure, it's not a Philips mic. No, Philips is a well-known electrical company. So basically, I've lost my thread, Roland. Right. Okay. I remember Believe Live Studio, and some comments come in automatically, especially if you put emoticons or exclamation marks or punctuation marks in there. Right. Okay. So I bought it, and I've been using it every single day. I mean, I broadcast 6 times a week at least, and I'm grateful to now be able to go live on Amazon Live 4 times a week. I'm live Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern with my Audio-Technica microphone. So you've got plenty of chance to actually hear what it sounds like. But I bought it, and this is one of the best things. Over this weekend on Amazon Live, you've got some amazing broadcasters, yeah, and they're all using a microphone. And my bet is they're all using different microphones. If you listen to their broadcast as well as watching their broadcasts, then you'll find which is your favorite. When you found your favorite, comment on the live video and say, could you tell me which microphone you're using? I love the sound. And they will tell you which microphone they're using, because it's a win-win situation. We all like to be congratulated on buying good equipment, and we like to recommend good equipment. So you've got a wonderful shopping opportunity this weekend, because you can actually watch a live video to get a choice, sort of idea about the video quality, and you can also watch and listen to the microphones. So Audio-Technica is basically down in the carousel at the moment. And okay, so that's the microphone. Okay, So I'm going to take that off screen now. I'm going to hide it and I'm going to come back to me. Okay, and I'm going to find something else in the carousel. So just give me a moment. First of all, I was hoping that the TrebLab portable speaker would be with me this weekend. If you want to check it out on your own, then it's down in the carousel at the moment at $59.97. It is 40% off. Okay, this is 40% off the TrebLab HD77, which is in the carousel. I was hoping that would arrive before the weekend, but it's not. And the second thing that's on its way to me, which I'll definitely show, as soon as it arrives tomorrow morning, I'll be live tomorrow morning, is the TrebLab X3 Pro earbuds. Again, they're 18% off today. So if you want to click the link in the carousel, then please do so. And just as a reminder, hopefully this will work reasonably straight away. If you are watching me, and you're not listening to, please unmute to hear my stories. I've got a different story about every single item that's down in the carousel. And I would love basically two things. One, if you unmute. And the second thing is, if you've got any questions about anything I'm talking about, then please do ask. Okay? And I will do my best to answer. And if I don't know the answer to the question, I'll find someone who does. Okay, and Marco in the comments is saying having good sound is critical. Besides that, you can tell how it sounds when you watch a live show. Great point, Stephen. Excellent. Okay, so Marco's agreeing with me, which is good. Mark and I broadcast together every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay, and we share the duties. One Wednesday, Marco will host, and then the following Wednesday, I host, which means you get a different presentation every time because we've all got different ways of actually hosting live shows. And I'm just, if I can find it, my problem is when I'm live is actually finding things, as you'll discover as you watch me. But I can hopefully, I'm just going to go over and I'm looking for something. Yes, I found it. Okay. Right. Okay. So onward and upward. And the question is, what do you think? What do you think's inside this bag? Okay. This, you can pull the ties at the top and then you can open it and then you can reach inside the bag. And what do you think's inside? Because I've not put this in the highlighted this in the carousel yet. These are the most beautiful headphones, stylish, you'll see today. Okay, these are Aftershokz headphones. Right, okay, you're going to find out that presentation is not my strong point, but hopefully that's overcome by my knowledge of the product. Okay, they go over your ear, and you'll notice, I'll just put them right, that you look so stylish. I mean, I don't mind wearing these. I'm just glad that they're blue. These are Aftershokz headphones. They're available in different colorways. So if you want a green, a yellow, or a purple, or a pink, then just go over. Click the link, which is down the carousel at the moment. I'm actually going to find these. I'm determined to find these. I just wish there was a quicker way of doing this. I maybe have to tell you what I'm going to do. Okay. The thing, because I'm live on Amazon Live at the moment, I'm just trying to tell you all about, and thank you for that, Roland. Roland's saying I look cool. Thank you very much. Cool on a cool day. Right, they do not go in your ear, which means that you can hear somebody talking to you next to you. You can hear the silent cyclist coming up behind you. And that's good for me because I live in Devizes in England, near to Stonehenge. And we've got a canal which runs through. And it's a canal which goes from Bristol to London. And in days gone by, it used to carry goods from the USA, which had landed in Bristol, on the canal into London. That was the main trade route, one of the main trade routes between the UK and the USA. So it's very important. In its day, it carried all the goods that were brought over from the USA. Okay, so it's a main import area. But back to the canal, I can go for a walk on the canal wearing these headphones, and I can hear everything that's going on behind me. Most important thing though is if when I'm with my partner Angelica and I've got these on and she's got her headphones on, yeah, not matching pair obviously, then she can actually talk and I will be able to hear her because bone conduction headphones, I can hear everything that's going on. I can hear the traffic. These are the safest headphones if you walk, jog, run or cycle. These are the safest headphones to wear. Now, if you go down and press the link in Carousel shortly, you'll find out more about them. You'll find there's a full range of Aftershokz earbuds. They are all, as I'm going to, one of the things is that when you're doing a live demonstration, you're going to forget to say something. So what I've done is this. I've got a little movie and I'm going to take that off. Okay, and I'm going to hide that. And now you've got, I'm going to explain, but I'm going to do it on this video. 3, 2, 1. And what I'm going to do is put the video full screen. I'm going to switch my microphone off so there is no feedback. Sorry, I'm going to press play. Titanium headphones are lightweight and very, very effective because they go over, they're open ear, they go over the ear, and that means that whilst you're wearing them, you can hear what's going on. If you've got somebody to the side of you, behind you, you can actually hear what's going on. You can hear the traffic, you can hear all the noises around you, but you can concentrate on the music or the podcast that you're actually playing. Now, they last 6 hours on a 1.5 hour battery charge. You can make and receive phone calls. They are practical. They're coated, so they are rainproof and sweatproof. I use them daily and they're just good sound and quite probably the best headphones that I've actually tried, because I've tried many over the years, wired. These are Bluetooth, but wired, unwired, and these are the best that I've actually found because they are so simple, easily rechargeable. They pair on Bluetooth, simple and straightforward. Making phone calls is straightforward. You can voice dial. Receiving calls you can do with one button. So if you're looking for a pair of headphones and you do go out and about and you go walking, jogging, running or cycling, then these are the headphones that you should actually consider because they are so well crafted and practical and good quality. Thank you for listening. And I'm still wearing them. The thing is about these headphones, and they're down in the carousel now, is they're so light you forget you're wearing them. Yeah, and because they are headphones and not earbuds, they don't fall on the floor. You won't lose one of them because they're fastened together. And as mentioned there, these are brilliant for when you're outside, when you're outdoors, because they are coated and they're waterproof and they're sweatproof, and you can take them with you anywhere. They will pair with your iPhone or with your Android phone, your tablet or your PC, Bluetooth, and pairing is simple and straightforward. Just switch on the device. You can make and take phone calls, as the guy who was on earlier said, and basically these are my headphones of choice. There are some other headphones on their way, but these I think will remain my favorites. I mean, I just mentioned the canal earlier. I'm fortunate to have the canal near me because I do marathon walking, and basically as far as marathon walking is concerned, the canals are flat in the main, and it's great to go out into the countryside, listen to your favorite podcast or your favorite music and still be here, able to hear the sounds of the countryside around you. And I'm going to hide that video because you've already seen it. And I'm going to take these off as well. I know they're fetching. I know they look good, but various colorways are available in your Amazon store today. And today, those headphones are 25% off. So you can get a pair of these headphones for $59.95 instead of the regular $79.95. Now, I've had these for a year, so I would say I use these almost every single day. The wear and tear on these, none, because of the way they're actually constructed. And I can but I recommend them. Okay, if you're looking for a pair of headphones, if you're looking, I mean, now is the time. Let's get call a spade a spade. Now is the time to actually order at a discount price, so you get them in time, either as a Christmas gift for yourself, a Christmas gift for a relative, or a Christmas gift for a friend. These make the most wonderful surprise gift. Okay, because these are one of the best headphones around, and if you give these to somebody, then they'll love you. Well, hopefully. I can't overpromise, obviously, but and the thing is that you can also say that they come in a carry case, and that carry case goes wherever the headphones go if you want. So you can just pop them back into the case, and then I'm trying to do this here. Then they don't want to go in. Okay, they go into the case, and then you can fasten the case up. So great packaging. Okay, now I mentioned a moment ago, in fact, we've been talking about live video. I've been live broadcasting since 2015, which is a long time, 6 years. I've been through the whole gamut of systems, and for the last 5 years, I have been broadcasting from here. And here is my BeLive studio, be.live. And this means that I can play you video. Now, the video that I showed you a moment ago about the aftershocks is actually stored on YouTube. I can play YouTube video. I can show images on screen. Okay. And, okay, I'm going to hide that because you've seen the video. Let's hide that. I can also go multi-camera. Okay, now this is the one on the left is me on the Logitech Brio. Okay, so you're actually judging here the quality of a Logitech Brio picture, and I'm going to put it down in the carousel at the moment. Now let's put me full screen. Okay, this is the Logitech Brio camera. Now it's broadcasting to you on Amazon Live at the moment at 720. Okay, this is not the top resolution it can do. This camera can do 4K. If you want to do a recording in 4K, you can. At the moment, we can't broadcast in 4K because that would cost us all a fortune, and the internet would just come to a grinding halt because of the number of bits and pixels that have got to be transferred. So at the moment, we have two choices as far as live broadcasting is concerned, and that's 1080, which is very high definition, and 720, which is DVD quality. Okay, so this is the same quality as you'd find on your DVD player or on your TV. Brio, you've got the ability to actually control Logitech Brio because you can download software, and hopefully in my second agenda, which is to the right of me, if you buy any Logitech camera, you go to the logitech.com website and download Logitech Capture. This, you've paid for the hardware. There's nothing to pay. You get this for free. Okay. Logitech Capture allows you to control your camera. So you can zoom out or you can zoom in, don't get too close to the screen. So it controls the zoom. You can go to the left or to the right. You can go up, you can go down. You can change the colorways. You can change the contrast. You can change the brightness with the Logitech Capture software, and it's free. So if you buy any Logitech camera this weekend on Amazon, this Black Friday weekend on Amazon, do download Logitech Capture from logitech.com, and it gives you control over a C920, 922, 925, 930, or Brio. Okay, it controls any one of them. Doesn't matter which Logitech camera you've got, current model. Okay, I've got to put that rider in there. This will look after you. Okay, so you can actually adjust your camera as you want it. Okay, Logitech Capture, also known as Logitech Capture. So as far as cameras are concerned, I've got my internal camera. Let's go back to that. Okay. If you're live broadcasting, you can use your internal camera. Now, this is the camera on the Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is down the carousel. And I could use this to broadcast live, but I prefer the Brio, which is an external camera, because I have greater control over the Brio than I do on this desktop camera. Stops moving hands about. Behind me, you can see a rucksack, which is not in the carousel. It's an Under Armour rucksack. Okay. On the side of me there, I got it right. On the side of me there, you can see a green screen. I'll be talking about green screens later, but not in this broadcast. Green screen is necessary if you're going to do background removal. I might give you a demonstration of that in a moment. Also behind me is my softbox, which is a predecessor of LED lights. And here, incredibly, this piece of equipment, because this is my demo camera. Okay, I'll highlight this down in the carousel in a moment. If you're doing a two camera, right, if you're, that just feels unnatural. If you're doing a two camera broadcast and one of the cameras is your mobile phone, then you can put your mobile phone into the IPEVO stand. Okay, the IPEVO stand, first of all, it's not a tripod. When I do this, I'm actually weightlifting because the weight of this is so solid and so heavy. Okay, it won't fall over. If you accidentally knock it whilst you're doing a demonstration, it will knock you back. It won't fall. Okay, which means your camera is safe there. Okay, you can change the angle with the first one there, or you can change the angle with the second joint there. Okay, you can change it. The camera, just so you can see it, okay, you can swivel the camera through 360 degrees. I'm just going to go through 180 because if I can do 180, I can obviously do 360. This is the standard I use when I've got my Amcam working. Now, Amcam is my Amazon camera, and I would put my camera in there, and then it will be pointing down at whatever I want to talk about. This is the camera I use when I'm creating demonstrations. Okay, so this, oh, right, okay, you've noticed that in just a minute. Just let me put that down. Okay, this is also in the carousel. I can probably just show you this. In order to go live on Amazon Live, I need an iPad. Okay, I need an iPad. So I bought the iPad and I thought, well, what sort of stand do you put an iPad in? So this stand is the one that I use for my iPad. It means that I can broadcast while I'm standing up. You know that the newscasters you never see the newscasters below the waist. Well, in this case, I'm going to be able to stand up, and I can adjust this to actually take my iPad, and then I can go live directly from my iPad, especially on OneStream. And it works. I mean, the greatest thing that you can say about anything is that it works It works, it's easy to use, and it's durable. And that relates to everything that's down the carousel at the moment. So a few minutes ago, we actually started talking about Logitech Brio. An alternative to Logitech Brio is the camera that most people start with now. And I can tell this from my sales figures. Logitech C920. As I say, I've got a C920 which is attached to my second computer because I've had the C920 for about 5 years now. C920 is a great Christmas gift for somebody who's thinking about going live broadcasting, because this is one up. The quality on an internal camera can be quite good, okay, but an external camera makes a total difference. And both the Logitech C920 and Logitech Brio have got microphones. Yeah, so you're not just buying a camera, you're actually buying a microphone. So basically it's 2 in 1, and you can go with the Logitech Brio, or if you're starting out, go with the 920, get that one working. It's plug and play. There's no software to install unless you use the Logitech Capture, which I spoke about a moment ago. Logitech Capture controls your camera, whatever model you've got, whether it's a C920, a C922, 25, 930, or a Brio. Okay, just to confirm that you are watching Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen, and you are watching, oh, wait a minute, I've got confused. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, and I'm just so grateful as an Englishman to actually be broadcasting live on Amazon Live, on Amazon.com. Okay, so now I'm going to look for my next item that I want to talk about. If you've got any questions about anything, oh, right, Marco was here earlier. Marco and I broadcast, as I said, on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. Marco uses a Shure microphone, which is on my wish list. This is my next microphone down the carousel at the moment. Is my next microphone, which is the Shure, because I've listened to Marco in our broadcasts and the quality of a Shure microphone. Yeah, I mean, there are 4 or 5 main brands. Shure is one of the market leaders, and whilst I can't demonstrate it to you today because I'm using the Audio Technica, the Shure microphone is definitely one to look at. Okay, the IPEVO stand, which I nearly knocked the whole place over then, which I showed you a moment ago, is down the carousel. Okay, and this stand, let's go to my other camera again because it's now down the carousel. Let's go to this camera. Okay, and I'm going to carefully put my iPad down. I'm going to go through this just quickly. This is down in the carousel at the moment. This is the IPEVO stand, which Chris de Boven in Belgium recommended to me and I bought. And the stand today is 9% off. It's $53.64. And what you're buying, if you do demonstrations, cooking demonstrations, craft demonstrations, art demonstrations, this is definitely a stand to consider. It's not a tripod. It's actually got a very solid base. It's got 2 joints where you can vary the angle. So this can either be overhead or it can be looking ahead. And I just use this quite regularly to actually create my own B-roll movies for Amazon Live. So if you're looking for a stand which won't fall over, then I suggest you take a look at the IPEVO stand. Now, if you click the link down the carousel, you'll be taken to the IPEVO page. The IPEVO page has a range of IPEVO products, because this is just the start of the IPEVO range. If you're looking for a document camera, then IPEVO have a range of document cameras, which is the high end of their offering. So do check out the IPEVO page, look at the document cameras and look at this as well. And as I say, all the things that we actually show on these broadcasts, we actually use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so we're actually using this kit, and that's why we can speak to it, because we've done our investigative work, and this is the best that we have found. Okay, now I want to talk about this. He said reaching up. See, everything's in my office. If you've got an iPad, we saw the big stand. Okay, this switches cameras again. Okay, this is down in the carousel at the moment, and it is at the moment today, it is 10% off. Forgive me for turning around, I just wanted to check. It's 10% off today. But to me, this is a design classic. Okay, it's a tablet stand, iPad or Android tablet. It's got one hinge there, and the hinge allows you to adjust the rake of the stand. Okay, so you can adjust the angle depending on what you're doing. But the thing I love about this is it's polished metal. It's a design classic. It's an artwork. That's just me talking, of course. But it can go anywhere in your office, in your dining room, in your lounge. Yeah, it's very light, but it's sturdy. And the hinge, well, you've got to put some pressure on to actually move it. So it's going to hold your tablet steadily whilst you're actually using it. And it's great to actually put this on the coffee table and then just, yeah. Okay. So this is the stand that I love this for two reasons. One, it's practical. Two, it's just the appearance of it. It is just so, if a stand can be, then that's a very attractive stand, and it's a very simple stand to use. Okay, out of the packaging, set the angle, and you can use it. So that is a tablet stand which you can use as soon as you unpackage it. It is quite, I'm into design, as you probably gathered by now. I enjoy watching different designs. Highlighting the aftershocks, which we saw earlier. We had the video on that. And now I'm going to go, hopefully, and find something else. I'm just searching for the moment. Okay, I got it. Okay. One of the things that I do enjoy is, and I'm just looking for a video. Just give me a moment. Go that way or that way. Right, okay. I'm going to bring this into the carousel. Okay, so I've got what I need in the carousel. I've highlighted it in the carousel. It's down in my studio. We're good to go. Okay. Occasionally it takes a few minutes to set things up. Okay. Because I got everything sort of in close proximity before I started this broadcast. And then you start moving things, you start losing things. This live broadcasting is great fun, but you do have to keep all the balls in the air. And sometimes it can be difficult, but not it's always fun. I think that's the main thing about it. That's why I do this. The reason I live broadcast, before I go on, the reason I live broadcast like this today is to meet people from around the world. Now, if you want to comment, then please do. If you've got questions about hardware, be it cameras, microphones, green screens, stands, anything to do with live broadcasting, please do ask me a question. Okay. The thing about the comments on Amazon Live is that after the live broadcast, they disappear. This broadcast you can replay, but you will never see the comments again. So if you make a comment, it's only for me to see, and then it will disappear. Okay. So if you've got a question, then please do ask. It's all about, I mean, since I started in live broadcasting 6 years ago, I totally enjoy live broadcasting. I met hundreds of people around the world, many of whom I broadcast with on a regular basis. And networking, I mean, networking, live video Zoom is good. Zoom did us a good favor by actually getting everybody knowledgeable about live broadcasting. But this is totally different. This is be live. Okay, and you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. I'm glad to be on Amazon Live today, and thank you for joining me. Now, I'm going to hide my second camera. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring my second camera back. I'm going to switch to my second camera. Okay. Right. I used to be totally a desktop broadcaster. Okay. I've been broadcasting on a desktop for 6 years. And my voice is going. This could be fun. Okay. I've been broadcasting on desktop for 6 years. And a couple of years ago, I dabbled, as we all do, in mobile broadcasting. I just need to unfasten the zip the right way. That sounds better. I don't know whether you heard that or not. I'll explain why you didn't in a minute. This is my trusted OM gimbal. Just let me put this beautiful box down to one side. I'll put the gimbal out here or out here, probably out here. Okay. So this is a gimbal. I'm going to explain what a gimbal is by showing you a short video. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring the video up on screen. So the video, right, I'll get this right. So the video is on screen. Okay. What I'm going to do is switch my microphone off and play the video. Please be kind. This was one of the first videos I made, but this is all about the gimbal that's down every weekend, recording on mobile video, broadcasting on mobile video. And my gimbal of choice, my gimbal stabilizer, is the OM3 Axis. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, let's put that over there. All you need to do is to take your mobile phone and put it into the clamp. It clicks into place and that's it. Okay, and then all you need to do is press one button to actually switch it on and hold the button in and it will go, and that's it. You're ready to go. And it's so easy. You've seen it's so simple and easy to actually use. And I use it when I'm out and about. And I've come to this corner so I can turn around and I can show you the Abbey in all its glory. So I'm going to pan from the meadow over there and the ha-ha, which you'll remember. You've seen a ha-ha now, and come round and go to the top. Now, as you can see from the footage we've just seen, it's easy to use. It does stabilize your video. There's no fear of the camera on your phone actually falling on the floor. It gives you great control. There is an application you can have on your mobile phone to actually run it, and I love it. I mean, I go out and I shoot video now every weekend using the OM3 Axis gimbal stabilizer, and it's so simple, so light. Yeah, and you just hold it and shoot, point and shoot at its best, point, shoot and steady at its best. I enjoy using the home gimbal. You will too. Right, okay. Now, the reason for doing videos like that, simple and straightforward, in that you can rehearse before you actually go live. I mean, actually doing something live as I am now, and I'm going to forget something. I know that, and that's true of all presenters. You want to get all the prurient points in place when you're actually talking about a product. So that's why we make the B-roll video. And my B-roll video is all stored on YouTube. And if you go over to YouTube, not now, of course. If you go to YouTube, then you can watch all the videos that I've made with my home gimbal. And before the end of today's broadcast, I will play an example of video which was shot on the home gimbal. Now, if you are going to, if you want a new hobby, which you will enjoy, then mobile video is the way to go. I basically have spent the last 6 months going out and shooting mobile video, but I don't just shoot it. I am actually live. Okay. I go, because I just enjoy doing live broadcasts. I go live from my mobile phone, which is here. I think he said, destroying his studio. I go live from my, I go live from my mobile phone. Okay. You know what a mobile phone is. This is an Android. It's a Samsung. I go live from my mobile phone. I go to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and my website. And I do that using a program called OneStream, which I will tell you all about after Black Friday. Okay. When I go live normally, I go live and I talk about certain topics. And one of those topics is live streaming using your mobile phone. And the other one is live streaming to your website. Okay. And if you follow me, then basically you will, I'm going to bring this up in the stream and hide that and go side by side. Okay, unmute to hear my stories. Okay, that's point one. Point two is, and if I put that on and take that off, hopefully this will work. Okay, one of the advantages of the way that Amazon organized Amazon Live is you can actually follow broadcasters. And if you enjoy watching a broadcaster, and I've followed, I think about 50 different broadcasters now, then you get notified when they go live. Now, I don't get, if you follow me today, I'll be eternally grateful, but I do not get your details. This is not creating a mailing list. The only people who have your details are the people at Amazon. And all they do with them is to send you reminders of when the broadcasters you follow are about to go live. So you get a sort of 10-minute notification that I'm actually going to go live. And that's how Amazon Live works. And obviously, I'm going to be honest here. If you get a certain number of followers, then Amazon upgrades you. Okay, so you go from business class to first class. Okay, but you need to get the followers to do it. So that's why it's important to you. And why I'm mentioning it now is that if you are enjoying the broadcast, then please do follow me. Right, the next thing I'll talk about, and I'll come on to something else in a moment, just bear with me, is the quiz starts soon. On Mondays with Nick Wood, I have a quiz, which is a movie quiz. So if you're into movies, then do join us on a Monday. Okay, and the next thing, and then I'll move on. If you're watching and listening to me now, you can scroll the carousel, click the link in the carousel, you're taken to the product page on Amazon.com. Okay. You get the price you pay is the price that's down in my carousel. Whilst I'm live, some of the items are discounted, and I'm actually telling you about that as I go along. You could also see today, it say whether it's a Black Friday deal or not, as you're actually scrolling through the carousel. Now, I've got 40 items in the carousel, 75% of which I own and can show you, but I can't talk about all of them in one broadcast, but I do want to give you a wide choice as possible. So I know about everything that's in the carousel. If you've got any questions about anything you see in the carousel, then please do ask in the comments. Okay, and finally, go here, and you are watching Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen from Wiltshire in England, I think Stonehenge, and I'm about 20 miles away. And I am broadcasting from the image in the right-hand corner, which is the BeLive logo. I'm broadcasting for myself, but I work for BeLive. Okay. Right, the next item I'm going to talk about. Well, before we leave mobile broadcasting, okay, down in the carousel at the moment, highlighted item on the extreme left is the lapel microphone. Now, the lapel microphone is simple and straightforward to use. Okay, you plug it into your phone there, and you fasten it onto your clothing. That's all you need to do. It means that the lapel microphone takes over from the internal microphone on your mobile phone. Now, the microphones in mobile phones are good, but they pick up everything. Okay, and now if you're out mobile broadcasting, shooting video, the last thing you want is for your voice, because I when I do a live video, I do a voiceover, I do a narration. So if I'm going around my hometown of Devizes, I will give a narration to accompany the video, because I'm actually live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, on my website, and the recording afterwards is repurposed on YouTube so people can listen to it. So I want the highest quality sound, and I want to be heard. I don't want a truck to go past me, a bus to go past me, a train to go past me, all of which are almost possible where I live. I want people to listen to what I'm saying. Okay, so a microphone, if you're doing the video shoots for yourself, you possibly don't need the microphone. If you're doing the video shoots for people to listen to, then you do need an external lapel microphone which plugs in to your phone. And today, the professional microphone, which is down the carousel, is 37% off. Okay, so it's $31.51 instead of $50. So if you get that today, you will be saving yourself $18.49. This is an ideal present. We've all got mobile phones. In order to take someone with a mobile phone and to change them into a mobile video person, who can, I mean, videos, you can shoot videos about your local area, you can shoot videos about places you visit. And the thing is, you shoot them so you can watch them on a dank, dark winter evening. You can watch yourself when you're out in the sunshine. But also, you can actually repurpose them so you can show them in videos like the one I'm doing today. And you can get found on YouTube as well. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to show you, just to conclude the video section, I'm going to show you one of the videos that I actually made earlier. And just give me a second or two while I adjust my set and pick out a video for you to watch. So I'm going over. All the videos that I play you are actually stored on YouTube. And this is the one I want. Okay, so I'm going to go and hide that, bring that up on screen, take Soul off. So next to me now, in a second, is a video. And this video was shot with the gimbal that I've actually showed you, using the lapel microphone that I've shown you. And this is where I live. So this is a video about where I live. I'm going to put it full screen and let's go. And say hello. We cannot go inside. If you search, okay. So town square is commercial, businesses and banks, lots of banks. I'm just outside the bank now. I'm going to walk down the street. Okay, in the distance you can see the town hall, and we'll get closer to the town hall so you can see a bit more of it along this walk. Again, welcome to this live video being shot on mobile and using Switchboard Live, broadcast out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and of course my websites. Now, if I actually meet anybody I know, I may stop, but the odds are against that. Now, today it's 25 degrees, it's just after 11, or possibly about 11 in the morning, and I'm just going to go around, and this is Devizes Castle, and very impressive it is. Unfortunately, as you can see, it does say private no entry, but you can see the portcullis, you can see the turrets, and it is just really a magnificent building. Now, the reason we can't go in is that this is private land, and the castle has been converted into private apartments, which you can buy. In fact, the whole castle was for sale for £2.5 million a couple of years ago. But there's a history behind this. The original castle, made of wood, was built in the year 1080 by the Bishop of Salisbury. Now, the Bishop of Salisbury put the castle here, Castrum ad Devizes, Devizas in Latin, castle at the crossroads, because he was looking after 3 different parishes. He was looking after Roud and 2 other parishes, and this castle was to be his place for having control of the area. In 1123, the castle burnt down and it was rebuilt, and it's been the home of royalty. King Stephen, yes, there was a King Stephen, and Queen Matilda actually battled over the castle, and the castle was also took part in the English Civil War, Roundheads versus Cavaliers. But the castle you see before you is not the original castle. It's not a 1080 castle because that burnt down. It's not 1123 castle because that's still there. It's underneath everything that you can see now. But this castle was one man's fancy, and it was built in the 1700s by Bollocks. Oh.